Alright, hello and welcome. What is going on with my audio? What? Hi everyone. I'm just looking at why the fuck the audio seems to be weird. My mic is normal. You can hear me. What is causing that additional sound?
I kind of hear it.
Oh gosh, Pete. Great. Um,
Whoa, we were really loud.
yeah. What the fuck? Audio mixer. Playback, recording, output devices. Recording. OBS
Is it me?
from monitor built-in order. It says monitoring. Um, can people in the chat?
It's pretty subtle,
Okay. Yeah, it was some. It was
right?
definitely. Yeah, it looks like it's working now. I think I've reset it back to what it's supposed to be. um. Okay. Cool. Technical difficulties. Awesome. Cool. Hi and welcome to episode 6 of Last Year of Red Waters campaign. I am Ash, your GM and host. I use she/her pronouns, and I'll be running this. I'll be running this town today. And I have with me 3 nasty scoundrels. Oki, do you want to introduce yourself, and do you know who you're going to be focusing on today as far as characters?
I don't know who I'll be today, but I would like to try to bring Flint back into the group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Oki, he/him pronouns. Sometimes I play Lace, but today maybe I'll play Flint, who's a hound who's sort of like a sniper hunter. I stream on Twitch as Go Kid.
Dope. Awesome. Dakota, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dakota, he, him pronouns. Today I will be playing Lyndon Cole Harvey and exploring my second trauma as things continue to escalate for the fellow. Yeah, you
What are
can
your two
find me on the
traumas now?
internet. Yeah, I'm at 2. Reckless and vicious. So we'll see how that shakes out for us as we continue to make some good progress against the state.
Awesome. I'm very excited. Aaron, how you doing?
I'm alive and I'm Erin. She, her pronouns. My characters are Snake and Bellum. I switch between them depending on the flavor of thing we're getting into. Um, so far, both of them remain untraumatized, which is interesting
Mm.
to me. Because
Hmm.
usually I'm like one of the first people to trauma out. So, I don't know. We'll see how it
Hmm.
goes.
Gotta admit, Bellum's ability to just destroy the supernatural with her fists really like put a big dent in my plans as far as fucking with y'all. So
Yeah, sometimes I feel like if, the state is vampires, sometimes you need to be able to dismantle the state with your bare fucking hands.
yep, fair cop.
Yeah.
All right. Where the fuck did we leave off last time?
We were going to go to downtime.
All right.
Bellum killed the vampire mayor by ripping his arm off, and then, like, he ran and she caught him and I think popped his head off, and then
Yeah, we like pulverized them.
Madame de Barbary was heading back to the party, and Cole, long distance, like, shot her through the neck.
Yes.
Um,
With an
and
assist from Lace, sort of.
yes, and then
A
we made
shoulder
it.
assist.
Yeah, we wandered into the night, triumphant, and my note here says next session starts with downtime.
Awesome,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, I remember that you opened the mare like a pull tab bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Uh,
dope. Okay, now have we done like heat and stuff? Was the question? I was trying to remember.
I think we just did each character's experience.
We did the XP and we're going to do the heat
Yeah.
and things now.
I feel like we did
Yeah.
the heat though because we're at 3 wanted.
Yeah, that does seem high.
And we have an
but...
advancement. We have another advancement to pick, and we didn't.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at that.
Hmm.
What do we want to pick? Specialty move or or some upgrades?
Yeah, I had every intention of chatting with everybody during the week and being like, hey, what should we do? But
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been a fucking week.
I
Yeah.
kind of forgot about that.
Um,
Yeah.
what did we take for the last one? Door kickers.
Door kickers, yes.
Yeah.
So there is one on the River of Blood sheet called Deadly Focus. Says when we set out to murder one of our claim targets, we take an extra die on the engagement roll, which I feel like a majority of our missions are that. So
Yeah.
that seems widely applicable, but I'm kind of flicking through some other stuff to see if there's
Yeah, because you suggested one from the Hawkers sheet, High Society, which is -1 heat during downtime and +1 to gather info about city's elite, which feels like it
Yes.
could also be quite valuable given the nature of our targets.
But also, how many times do you all fucking do any kind of gather information?
Well, I want to start doing that.
You didn't know the mayor was a vampire.
is that widely known?
Well,
Was it
we
widely
did gather that information.
We could have gathered that information probably, though. Right.
We found it out really directly by shooting him in the head.
Yeah. We're nothing
Point-
if not
point blank.
scientists.
Yeah. A/B testing. A, no gun. B, gun.
Turns out no gun is actually more effective.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we had firearms
Hands.
and then spirit fire arms. It's it's just slightly different modifier there.
I'm definitely leaning towards deadly focus. I think starting in a better position will help us out for these more difficult claims.
Right. Potentially more difficult, but probably more difficult. If we just tackled a vampire, I can only imagine what's coming next.
Oh goodness. Well, yeah, we had our first double target fiasco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went okay.
Yeah.
I'm worried about another one, particularly if the army's going to be involved. So that's my current preference.
I dig it.
Is that the plan then?
Works
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
probably fine.
Yep, let's do it. All right, I'm ticking the box.
Whoops.
Box is ticked. All right then. So. I don't remember.
Did we add our long-term project for dealing with the ghosts?
Yes. Oh, I didn't know that we added it. But we need to have one. It's probably actually only a 6 o'clock.
What happened there? Put a name in it, and then yeah, thank you. Just took my incredibly wordy name out.
Oh, fun. We definitely haven't done entanglements since we did the last one.
No,
Yeah,
because the
we
last
did
thing
not.
on here is my role to try to pull the car out of the ditch,
Yep.
which went great.
And we did. So we did pay off in heat.
I
Yeah,
think so.
I feel like we did because does everyone have like a bunch of coin? Like how much?
If
I
that's
don't have coin.
yeah, if we have the coin, then we have the heat.
Yeah.
Cool. I could have gone back and watched the VODs, but also very lazy. In that case, then we are wanted level 3, so that's how many dice we need to roll plus, not plus 1.
Hmm.
So just 3
Yay.
dice.
Fuck you, Mayor.
And what's our heat level? Um,
3 wanted, 2 heat.
okay, so on the level 2 table, we're gonna roll on the first table. We're gonna roll 3 dice.
This.
All
Okay.
right. And that is a fortune roll.
Yeah, a fortune roll with 3 dice. Chat, and for people who do remember, if anyone does remember or has been watching the VODs, the thing I'm doing here, because I don't remember and we don't want to like waste time, is if we is kind of tying the payoff to the heat. So if we've forgotten to do heat, then we've also forgotten to do payoff. So that's my trade out there. But also I can't
Yeah,
remember.
155 for the roll.
Right, a 5. Oh, you know what? Let's make our Jesus. Okay. So that's either Rivals or Unquiet Dead again.
We love this.
Oh. No, okay, cool, great. Don't I know what that is. We'll bring that back in a minute. Who wants to do some downtime actions?
Oh, right. We didn't do the actions yet.
Um, yeah. What to do now?
Because lowering our heat won't bring down our wanted level. You have to do something specifically, right?
Someone has to go to jail,
Or we can pin somebody,
or you can frame someone for it.
frame somebody.
I would like to use one of my downtime activities to begin that process of trying to find someone who feels dirty enough that throwing them under the bus is uh, satisfying.
All right. Um. Cool. I. When you say dirty enough, what does that mean?
Whose moral standing or values are in conflict with ours. So I'm thinking like maybe some like middle management in the police department or someone who um, has worked in a supporting role for some of our lower targets,
Right. Okay. That's yeah. Cool.
particularly the ones that have been like the
I want to
targets
find
we've
someone who I
killed.
consider to be morally inferior so that I can throw them in jail.
Yeah. When you put it that way, it certainly sounds wrong. But yeah, like if we kind of spin it so that the people that we've already targeted, we had access to because of betrayal from one of their henchmen, effectively, then not only do we get to double punish the bad guys, but also help ourselves out.
All right. Let me have a look here.
Trying to think. What is.
Because like we probably don't have access or need to access the editor in chief. Maybe maybe there's an inheriting cousin
Let
from the
me
landowner
have a
that's
look here.
worth pitting things
Or
on.
what about one of our rivals, even?
Drew, who we upset with at the moment?
Or, I mean, even like, the sly friends we have, like, are a friend and then.
Hmm.
Do you want to start me like a 4-tick clock for you, like for the like working out who you could frame.
Yeah, sure. Is there a spot on my sheet for clocks,
There should
or is
be.
that just on?
There should be one on your sheet too.
Ah, there it is.
Oh yeah, you can just put it in your notes, right? Oh,
Wonderful.
clocks. Yeah.
Done and done.
Shit. How do I delete them now?
Finding a frame target.
Oops, sorry. That was an accident.
That's cool. All right, so dope. Did you want to make a roll on that to get it started then?
Yeah, if
as an
that's all
action?
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Survey feel right to you? Feels like the
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I believe that we are still in possession of a chief legislator.
Oh yes, we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Never roll more than one dice. Okay, so I'll just roll it as a fortune then. Number of dice, 1. Let's see how we go. That's a 6.
Very nice.
Wow.
That's 3 ticks on your 4 clock.
Marvelous. All right.
Very
I'll keep
nice.
thinking about my other downtimes as we cycle through.
I definitely need. Oh, sorry.
Just to give, so you're honing in on probably either the captains of infamy or like someone who was connected, sorry, with the Surgeon General. So let me know which way you're gonna go for that.
Yeah,
when you
can do.
I definitely need to indulge my luxurious vice of luxury.
What does that look like?
I think I'm going to go shopping a bit once again. Trying to find some what did I take from the tavern that one time we shot the mayor in the face? Was it
It
then?
was like a
Was it silver or table? It was like tableware of some kind.
I
it
think
was
I
like a milk
pocketed some of
pourer,
the
an elephant
Yeah.
shaped milk
It was
pourer.
yes, it was an elephant-shaped milk pourer.
Yeah. So perhaps I'm just going out to find more to match the set.
Incredibly kitsch.
Yeah. And some fine teas to go along with it. So I'm going to indulge my vice. No bonus dice. What did I get? 4.
4 ticks.
Yeah,
I'll
not bad.
take it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. Sweet.
Nice.
Your vice is tea. Very fine tea, though. The finest.
More expensive than it is good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's.
Have you seen the ones that's shaped like little fish when you put it into the water? It's like that.
Have you seen the ones that like bloom?
Yeah,
into
exactly.
a flower?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
my
it's
tea.
like-
That's my vice.
Yeah, it's the finest tea like imported from like Eastern Magnamundus, right? It's like crossed the world to get here.
Yes.
Hey, Aaron. Do you want to do a downtime action?
I think you're
think
muted,
you're muted.
by the way. Yes.
Hear me?
Yep.
Yes, there we go.
Okay. I don't know what happened there. So Bellum is going to unwind by like grabbing some distillery equipment and heading out into the fairy grove to like drink spirits with spirits to de-stress.
Beautiful. Love the twofer.
So it's a 4 plus 1 from it being my next level vice is a 5. So I'm down to 2 stress. Hooray.
Nice.
And I think like she just disappears for most of a day to go do this.
Yeah.
Which is not unusual for Bellum at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's kind of one of those like you figure she'll come back. It's like that cat, who you just
Hmm.
feed and it comes and goes when it wants.
All right.
Occasionally, it brings like a decapitated vampire, as a gift for the family.
Yep.
Look what I did.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, you make friends with like an apricot with human fingers coming out of it, and a
What?
kind of little floating see-through snake.
Whoa.
Friend named Snake.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool.
The apricot in particular seems to get completely drunk,
Nice.
whereas
An apricot with human fingers.
whereas like coming out like spider legs.
Yeah.
And
I
then
love it.
whereas the eel is like kind of tutting, being like, "Don't go," trying to be the Deso. Um, cool. Do you have another one you want to do, Dakota?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the first time in a long time, Cole is looking forward to having a fully functioning body. So I would like to spend my second downtime action healing. Uh, do I get any bonus from Snake being a Physica now?
Yes.
Oh, it
So
gets
it's
+1 to all healing treatments.
one.
Also, Snake can roll the Physica roll as the dice.
My Tinker?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Tinker's good.
I still want to
7.
roll because I have Vigorous. So I take one extra dice to healing treatment now.
Yeah. So you
I mean,
add the extra dice to Snake's roll.
yeah, okay, easy.
Okay.
Let's do that. Please
So that
heal me.
that would be God. Okay, that's 5 dice.
I just want to be healthy.
Have you
Yeah.
considered eating well and exercising more?
I have considered it. Too much time scheming.
Fair. On 5 dice, the highest is a 4.
Wow.
1, 4, 2, 3, 2. I mean,
Sorry.
that's okay.
It's still 2 ticks on the
Yeah.
clock.
That's wonderful. That is almost enough because I now have permanently one colored in healing tick. Not enough to get me all the way.
That's a mood.
Doesn't one of our people though have you get a free downtime action?
Yeah, but is still locked to give it to Flint to make sure that
Hmm.
Grandma is okay until
Hmm.
she's back on her feet and Cole can prioritize other things.
Cool. Awesome. Oki, do you know what you want to do for another one?
Gosh. Maybe I can train? Or well, our heat is
Someone
only 2.
should probably
Visit grandma.
visit grandma on account of
Yeah.
I've just lowered her thing by 1 on account of we do that every time.
Cool. I will visit grandma. Emmeline is such a doting girlfriend.
Immediately.
What's that?
I said you're really trying to get in good with
Yeah,
the
with
family
Cole.
just
Yeah.
immediately.
Wait, who is Emmeline girlfriend to? Cole or Flint?
It's Cole, but we're all family now.
But yeah, it's sort of
Alright,
like, you
okay.
know,
Just checking.
just to
That's-
show Cole
yeah,
that,
it's-
like, I care. I'm a caring person. Like, I feel like, people judge me because I'm from higher society and I'm just trying to show, like, I'm down.
Yep. Alright, cool. Cool,
Like-
cool, cool. I just wanted to check. I just was like,
Yeah.
there's like this some weird family thing going on here.
Yeah.
Like the Vin Diesel version of Family, where you grumble it as you all have Coronas around the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Forever.
All right then. Let's
Do crimes together, have wines together.
yeah. Yep. So then, we're rolling 1 dice.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. One dice
For crew.
for that
All right.
Yeah.
long-term project.
Who's doing that to us? Is that the
That's the chief legislator. Yeah.
Dog.
What do I roll? Engagement or?
Just one dice on a
Oh, just
fortune roll.
1d6.
Yeah.
Oh, on the fortune roll. Okay, 1. Boop. Did it go through? Oh no. Wait, what? There we go.
Yeah, froze up for a second there. 3, which is 1 tick on the grandma clock.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, I mean, we've made one step of progress this whole time.
We're doing it.
I love the this is like very much like the thing of like once an old lady has a fall, it's like with her for like 10 years or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
You still got one more as well, Oki, with the
That was your freebie.
yeah.
Oh, really? Jeez. I don't even.
So when you go into help Flint's grandmama, the reason that you don't do very well is that she's already having tea with someone.
Oh.
The fucking mayor, I swear to God.
And
she doesn't seem to
walk
have
in.
realized that he's a ghost.
I recognize that it's the mayor.
Yeah, he's made out of horrible, dusty blood smoke.
I
And
don't
as soon
know
as-
what to do.
As soon as you appear in there, right? As soon as you like arrive at the door, he like looks and sees you, smiles that winning smile, and then just disappears into the ether, and
Wow.
like just like floats out through the corners of through the windows, and Grandma is like, "Oh, he left."
Are you okay, grandmother?
And she said, I'm fine. I had a lovely visitor just now. You should meet him. His name is Austin.
What did you talk about?
Oh, mostly about Flint and what he does for a job and all of those sorts of things. He seemed very interested.
Okay. So how much did you tell him? Well, he already knows everything, I imagine. Oh gosh.
So
Well,
maybe more of how much did he tell her?
yeah. And what did he say to you, really? Yeah.
It seems that the mayor was mostly complimentary.
Do be sure to let us know if he comes to visit you again, Grandma.
Of course, I'll invite you to meet him.
That would be lovely.
All right.
I feel like I'm
Door.
just shaking
Gritted
too
teeth.
because I'm like, oh my god, like the memory of that car ride with him was just terrifying, and it comes back to me a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the reason that you're not able to do better on that roll.
Yeah.
That's we got a new Unquiet Dead.
I just realized I should have picked a different special ability, but that's okay.
Oh goodness.
Okay. Oh well. Damn it. All right, that was my 3.
Why is my machine looking up? It's very frustrating.
I've got one left.
You've got one more.
Yeah. So Snake is. Are y'all opposed to me spending one of the crew coins to finish healing Cole?
I'm not, but yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, people is more important than money, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, our
Controversial
people.
take, I know.
No, I'm pretty sure property damage is. Sorry. Anyway.
I will burn this stream down somehow. So
Is there a way for this to go wrong? Because I have one tick left.
literally, no, I don't think so. Unless I get like 5 ones, and then Ash could be like, "You fucked up so bad, we have to find
Yeah.
a way to like
Critical fail.
codify this."
I'm not going to do that.
Okay, well then, we're good. So I
Marvelous.
think what's gonna happen is, like you're in the middle of probably like eating or something, and Snake just sits down beside you and like has these little like tweezers and random salves and gross smelling oily ointments and stuff, and just starts like trying to treat you.
Hmm. Yeah, I think probably
Critical.
for the recent periods when they're in the base, Cole is spending a lot of time not wearing a shirt because he's got huge bloody chest wounds everywhere and it keeps sticking, getting like
Yeah.
cloth and fibers stuck in the wounds. So probably pretty easy to get access. And
Would much rather drip on the floor. Makes sense.
I think in the middle of treating you, she's like, these fibers are disgusting and the strands are getting everywhere. And like in the middle of that, like she, slaps a bandage on something and gets up and goes to work on her contraption that she's inventing, because it's one of those like, oh, I did something else and that gave me a light bulb moment towards the thing that I'm trying to make.
even though it's kind of like completely unrelated.
Yeah, just the strands get stuck and she's like,
Yeah.
what if they didn't? And
Love it.
I'll take that. Thank you for the heal.
next turn, I should have this damn thing done.
Mhm.
I'm so excited for the sound dampening.
So yeah, you get healed, and then you're like, oh, cool, great, and then like look up, and a red coat levels a rifle at you and shoots you through the chest.
I would like to resist this.
Well, after a second, you're like, you look down, you're fine. And then you look up, he's gone.
Mm. 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 Now I'm not just the hanged man, but also the shot man. That's...
Outside, you hear the sound of like the heavy boots.
Oh shit. All right. I'm alerting Snake. Snake, so what are you doing? We gotta go.
And I think she just grabs like a pack and throws it over her shoulder.
Coat off the rack. Over. We're heading out. I want to get away to see who's coming. I'm assuming redcoats, but could be anyone. Seems our hidden bases are not so hidden.
You jump out. You make your escape. You look. There's no one there.
At least he didn't jump through a window.
Yeah, use the door this time.
Both of you take a point of stress.
Wow.
Should have taken paranoid.
You absolutely heard it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. My senses, I rely on them often. The fact that I don't know how to explain it. Sorry to bother you, I guess, but that's something to grapple with.
You're both standing there like knee deep in like marsh water, looking at your half-sunk boat base.
I think Snake just sighs and like unscrews this vial of something from like a tube coming out of one of her sleeves, and like sighs loudly as she puts it back in her bandolier.
There'll be other opportunities for the poison spray.
Yeah, and you definitely recall like the image of like the bodies flying as from the explosion that sank this ship.
Ah, yeah, of course. Now it's not just seeing the ghosts, but hearing them. Right, that's right. I'm a little bit less paranoid now that I kind of remember there are ghosts in our base.
Yep. Do you want to do a mission?
Yeah, would love to do a mission. Would love to
Distract yourself from ghosts with
not
murder.
think about ghosts.
In our house.
Yeah.
I'd like to stop thinking about these ghosts and go make some other ones.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any particular things that they are looking to do as a mission?
Like, I feel like the top row needs to go, right? I mean, they all do, but
Somebody.
like, Chief Legislator keeps us from rolling more dice for long-term projects. Detective Inspector keeps us from rolling more dice for reducing heat. I feel like the Magistrate we can kind of put on the back burner if we kill the Inspector.
Back
we're
burner
gonna
because
reduce
plus
more.
heat.
No, I agree. I'm particularly, given how many clocks we have going at the moment, the Chief Legislator feels like a suitable target. He's messing with our shit.
Yeah.
And like probably played a pretty key role in the trumped up bloody charges that got Cole thrown in prison in the first place.
He was certainly responsible for whatever laws were used
Yeah.
against you. Mr. George Atkinson is the Chief Legislator.
George.
You've I'm trying to work out who's the like actor that that I'm seeing in my head. But I can't remember. But yeah, he's a tends to dress in like dark tweed suits. Is seen around isn't seen around like high water as much, like only when he kind of needs to be there. Yeah, he's described as grand, stony, and measured. Yeah, so you don't know that much about him is the problem.
Yeah.
Time to do some.
Can I, like, is it beyond the point where I can pay a coin to try and do some actions to find out information about him?
You can just roll to do a like where we can also, if you're not doing one of the things that is a downtime action, we can just like do rolls as part of like free play.
Yeah,
so
okay.
that is a thing you're allowed to do for instance, finding information.
Because we'd have a like, you know, this idea of him being grand. So I think that I'd like to take Lace and maybe try and go do a little window shopping and see if we can find places where a grand personality type person might shop, might kind of flaunt their position and power and wealth, and see if we can't kind of find some more details about, you know, what his habits are, where he frequents, and whether there's any point along his journey from home to work to social gatherings that would make for a suitable location.
Sure. That sounds like a survey roll to me.
Marvelous.
How does that feel for you?
Yeah, that works for me. It was either survey or study, and
Study. Yeah.
Yep.
definitely much better at survey. Position.
I reckon this is probably a little risky, um, just because of the chance of like kind of people knowing that you are um, like looking for him, and standard for the kind of information you're looking
Yep.
for.
All right. Um, yeah, let's do it. Let's see how the dice shake out. It's 554.
Awesome. So I think you certainly like um because Lace is like is like in her like society garb, right? Um and I think it kind of gets noticed that like the that I think Lace, some of your like society friends are like why like get like start like whispering behind hands about the fact that um that you've been seen with someone who is definitely not society. Um,
I try my best, but oh,
um, yeah, I think it's not too big a deal if you want to pass Cole off as help. That's probably the easiest way to get around that. Um, but yeah, you definitely learn that that uh, that Atkinson has a home in Fraser Gardens. It's definitely one of the more like stately homes in that area, but he makes a point of like having the nicest home in Fraser Gardens, because he kind of sees that suburb as like the new Inveruge, right? Like this is the future of the city, and you know they've got bitumen on the roads. This new thing,
What on the roads?
bitumen, asphalt. Yeah.
Oh, I've
Um,
never heard that word before.
yeah, I just remembered it, when you said that. I was like, wait, that's not the American term. Um, and
like,
it
"What'd you
sounds
call
very
me?"
it sounds very not very nice if you don't know what it means. So
It
yeah,
does sound better than asphalt. Let's be honest, though.
true. Um, but yeah, they have bitumenized roads and electric lights for the like lighting on the sides of the streets. So he has a motor car that he takes from his home to the this, wherever it is in Highwater that he does legislating, which I've got to look up. But yeah, he moves between Highwater um, and Fraser Gardens mostly. Tries to avoid goes through Grocers Row. Tries to avoid Via Dolorosa.
what a shock. Um, yeah, I mean, it's
Okay, so his legislation actually happens within the Inveruge Company headquarters. Like, writing legislation
interesting.
is like it's drafted by him and other company members, and then submitted to the governor for approval.
That's that's so dodgy. Oh my goodness.
I mean, this is not a democracy.
No, not
This
in
is
the
a
slightest.
colony. They are ruled by a king back in like ultimately power here rests in the Ettish throne.
Hmm. For now.
Officially.
Hmm. I mean, it really feels like we need to continue putting fear into these people. We need to like we need to hit them where they feel safe, not necessarily where they're safest, but where they feel in control. And so I think taking away not only like his life period, but like hitting him at home and removing that, like, here's the future of our great colony, for anyone else like him who feels that way, I think is like, it's not just, we're not just fighting a battle on like a physical sense. We also have to win the psychological conflict, and I think that's how we do that.
So like send a message by saying it can happen anywhere.
Yeah. I think particularly when we're already so wanted, right? Like there's no reason to not put that to our advantage. Like,
As far as like public sentiment goes, Atkinson is seen as being quite humble for living in Fraser Gardens rather than living in high water.
Yeah, okay.
That's seen as a symbol of humility, despite the fact that he has the nicest house there. And
nicest house in the second nicest suburb.
there are a bunch of people who, that like even amongst the less amongst like the oppressed, there are a bunch of people who are like, oh yeah, the Infrarouge company is like good, right? It like not like a lot of people are like this bullshit, but there are like the Infrarouge company is trying to make a utopia.
Yeah, their utopia, but a utopia nonetheless.
Yep. Like a lot of the poor people here are like, oh no, I'm just temporarily poor. I came here as a middle class kind of person, and I'm just having some bad luck. And I'm here to be like a part of the utopia as well, right? Like there is that large contingent. So like that's kind of that is a when you're thinking about optics, that is a thing to be aware of. He's not seen, unlike say the governor, Atkinson isn't seen as like a scheming evil man, right? Whereas like a lot of people like the governor, he has the army, and so therefore, right? Like,
yeah.
Atkinson is seen by a lot of people as the like friendly, wise, stern dad of the city.
Would it be worth, do we think, consulting the Unbroken Bond and seeing if there is, if they have dirt on Atkinson, if there's, if he's had dodgy dealings?
Couldn't we also plant dirt?
When you hit him?
Huh?
When you actually hit him?
Yeah, just like make him like, I know we're really good at killing people, but like maybe.
I'm just saying that because it seemed like you were paying attention to optics, so I wanted to make sure that you had all the information.
No,
about
absolutely.
That.
Yeah. I don't want to plant falsehoods. I'm able to plant legitimate, like, this is the shit he's doing.
He's doing awful shit.
Drag his less public face out onto the street, but there's only there's a line for Cole. It's can't go into that, like changing the narrative in a way that's not real. That's very much the tactic of the enemy.
I mean, we don't have to, because it's already doing bad shit. If anything, it'd just be like.
What he's doing is making it so that doing a bunch of things requires paperwork. That there are laws that mean that certain things are illegal, so therefore hard to do. He is creating institutions that make it that make this. He's making Inver less of a frontier, right? He's bringing civilization to Inver, which makes everything slower and makes it harder to get anything done.
If you're a particular person, especially.
Yeah. If
It's
you had
like-
money,
yeah.
then that wouldn't be a problem. But
Right.
Was he involved in any way with slavery being legal for so long?
no, he's one of the people that orchestrated emancipation.
Nice.
Hmm.
He was one of the people that negotiated the rates at which former slave owners would be paid for their slaves.
Is he a friend of the Unbroken Bond? And we're gonna piss them off.
No,
No,
not
okay.
specifically. I think when you talk to them, though, they don't have any dirt on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
The problem the problem that he poses is simply that he is things staying the way they are, like kind of slow progress in the way that the Empire wants, right? Like he
The
genuinely
glacial
believes,
change.
yeah, he genuinely believes that he's doing the right thing. But like also, he was the one who established the house for destitute women that you blew up, right? Because it was a charity.
Oh, yeah. Everything's just buried beneath a layer of like appearing good, and that's so incredibly frustrating.
That's
Yeah.
half the fucking point of this
'Cause
entire
it's-
like setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we come out smelling like roses still too?
Got two ideas for that.
Okay.
Let's hear
One,
them.
we kill him at home. While we're
Right.
there, we look through everything. He's got to have papers of shit he's working on. We take that. Anything incriminating goes to one of my friends who works at the newspaper. Boom. He wasn't such an angel, whatever, whatever.
Right.
Or if we kill him in the market, intercept him in Grocer's Row, kill him there, display his body by the old slave trade area, make it look like some shitty racist people are mad that he helped get rid of slavery, get them to fight amongst each other. We still did the thing we set out to do, cause some
Yeah.
infighting.
Maybe we could even like frame. Maybe that's how we frame somebody too. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, frame
disguise
someone for his
ourselves-
for
his
this murder.
Yeah,
Yep.
like a faction that we're against. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like the Wall Streets, Grocer's Row provides a lot of cover for murder. Whereas at home you'd have the advantage of being able to hit him at night.
Right. I mean, maybe we should. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if we hit him at home, we have quality documents, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be real easy to have a few letters that we just drop about, establish sort of a long-standing grievance that someone has with him. Oops, these letters got left behind. Oops, when the police come to check it out, look at this evidence.
Seems legit.
I mean, the attack at home seems smoother, right? Maybe we can study his home, like survey his house before we do that, right? Guards, whatnot, alarms.
See if it's even likely that he keeps stuff. Because I can imagine that, like, if he's doing his work out of the In Bruges Club, like, he doesn't need a private space to do dodgy shit. He's got the boys' club where he can do it out in the open.
Yep.
Yeah, what should we do a stakeout? Like maybe Flint has a look and checks out the place through the scope of his rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, my hunt's good. My prowl is okay, but I have a 1 in survey, which I don't mind doing.
I mean, what do you feel like what action do you feel like you're doing?
I mean, if I'm Flint, I feel like I'm definitely like tailing. Well, I forgot his last name. I just remember his first name, George
Atkinson. Yeah.
Atkinson. Thank you. I'm tailing him as he goes back to his house. I'm sort of walking around the home as much as I can without being detected. I'm at a further vantage point looking through my scope as well, just at night, at day, looking through which rooms he's going to, what he's doing in every room. I mean, to me, I guess that is a survey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy to come with and like assist.
Yeah.
I'd say if we all wanted to stake out the house, we could do it as a group action and just have someone, who can soak up the stress. Be
We've
the leader.
rolled it now, so.
Oh,
Oh no, we
we
haven't.
rolled it?
Oh no, no, sorry.
that was on the
Saw. I heard the roll sound, but that was the other. That was that comment. Cool.
Okay.
From Dakota.
Oh, look at his house. It's so nice.
So
That's a lot to stake out.
Yeah, a group action would work perfectly well.
I'm happy to lead it as a person with stress to spare and someone who likes to think they're in charge of organizing the planning.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, Flint has stress to spare as well. So
Okay, so how do we do position effect? Is it just same as? Or...
This is definitely risky.
Mm-hmm.
right.
And what information do you want?
Does he bring his work and papers home?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there evidence in his home?
Is there
Right.
is there security? Whether that's like why
Cool.
he's not likely to have cameras, but like
Right.
is there
Guards.
kind of guards and any kind of like
Yep.
yeah
Just anyone else in the house, really, right? It's
Yep.
like
yeah
wife, kids.
Yep. Cool. All right. So yeah, I think you can get that with the standard.
yep cool
Cool.
risky standard
Risky standard.
and we all roll separately. There's no bonus dice for this, yeah.
Yes.
Unless we
Right.
push ourselves.
You can push
No.
yourselves and do those sorts of things, but
It's probably not worthwhile,
critical.
No. Okay.
particularly when I roll 656.
Yeah. And I didn't.
So I take one stress for Flint. It's one for not
One for
one of
each
the other three.
failure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I roll Tinker and use my blood vapor thing to just sort of like literally walk through the house to get a view of the inside?
yes.
That's so cool.
I've
Does
decreased
that
the
have
amount of charges of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does that have a thing where you have to roll when you use it?
Yeah, it's got like the consumable blood charge thing, and I think previously we just did it as a Tinker roll.
Wasn't it also volatile?
Unreliable and consumable.
Unreliable. That's what I meant. Doesn't
Oh.
that mean you have to roll when you use a charge?
I'm not sure. I don't think we did last time, but I can if you want.
I think we do need to.
Okay.
Um,
Well, there's that. And what do you want me to roll for unreliable?
Oh right. In that case, I think that's the unreliable. If I guess you're using the Tinker roll, so that unreliable would just be a problematic outcome.
Mm.
There has to be a Tinker roll involved. I think you learn. that you can't go in the house as a blood mist.
Ooh,
Huh.
like it's warded.
Mm.
Cool. Damn,
Mhm.
that's next level security.
Mhm. So I think yeah, given that we have a critical here, the windows are barred. There are big dogs.
Hmm.
There is a butler. But no hide security beyond that. His wife lives at home. His children are grown up. The house is warded from entry by ghosts.
Wow.
That might explain the peculiar color of the mortar in between the stones,
Weird.
which is a kind of again, you recognize that ochre color.
Bizarre.
Well,
Is he
when
just
you
paranoid, or is
when
he...
you go to enter, Aaron, you feel like you're pushing up against a fucking sumo, right? Like just a wall. Like as a ghost, it feels like a wall of flesh, of like
Cool.
fucking Snorlax is blocking your way. So, given that information, shall we take our first break, and we
Yeah.
can come back and roll for roll our
engagement?
engagement.
Let's do it.
Right,
Sounds good to me.
All right.
back in a bit.